And we are on the air with Hangouts, dog. We're gonna have us a little brutally honest talk here in a few minutes. While we wait for everything to materialize, um, let's listen to us a little music here. All right. Okay. So I hope everyone is having a good night. He was trying to tell y'all the message his way. All right. For those one or two of you that are watching, thank you. My name is Kev. I consider myself to be a black man that is brutally honest, and there are many of us. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I just do this because I like to know what's on everyone's mind. Uh, yeah, the only reason why I had any kind of motivation to do anything like this is because I run a Facebook group that grew faster than I really expected, And we got members from all over the globe. It's a secret group. You can't find it on a search, or you're gonna find a bunch of fakes. Let's see, yeah. So for those who are a part of the Facebook group itself, I appreciate your membership and participation. Even though, like, a lot of you make me sick, but I appreciate you. All right, let's see. Let's see how we do this. So anyway, yeah, let's just sit tight for a second. Trying to get some people on here, so I apologize for any delays that I may have in my speech. Yeah. So, how is everyone out there? Yeah. As soon as I get some folks on, yeah, get to know. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. I got an outstanding singing voice. Don't lie and say I don't, because you'll be calling my mother a liar too. I wouldn't like that at all. Mother's Day was Sunday, so y'all better watch yourselves. Hmm. Yep, that guy. Hmm. So anyway, um, let me explain the little profile pic that I got here. That is the late great Robin Harris. Uh-oh, are we here?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, guy?
Hey, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Word. Yes, that's Mr. Stans, Mr. Brandon Stans. There. Yeah, this guy's very important to what we're doing here. Yeah. Also, Mrs. LaFay will be joining us shortly. Yeah, I need to get I intended to change this profile pic before I came up here, before I did this, but it was a little bit going on.
Oh, what's the problem?
No. It was no problem. Just a lot of things. The baby, she's hyperactive for some reason. And I guess it's her being 3 years old and discovering her agility. And
I can run, I can jump, I can do whatever.
yeah, and I climb daddy all day. Yeah, so this is what a hangout session is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can pop on there at will. You can have other people pop on. You can have quite a few people jump on. It's fun little conversations. It's a way to get a party started.
Yeah. I just hope that like a lot of people aren't too shy about doing stuff like this.
Nah, you know what? Actually, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and people will get a feel for the show, and they'll get the vibe, and they'll run with it. But this is a cool little thing.
Yeah, it is. Like, yeah. I mean, I think you want to what? So what do you like to talk about? Like, while we're on here, I think we're gonna probably be a minute. How long you got?
Oh, I got time. I just got in the house after a long ass day, so I'm with all that shit.
Okay.
So we can talk about what's one of the major topics of conversation in the group.
How do I get you on? Trying to get
Huh?
her. Hello, guys. Okay. You're on Hangouts actually. I need to get you on the show part. So just kind of, can you send me your address? Your email address. Yeah, I can put it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was kind of operating between she got to send her email address.
Yeah, once you get it, you just send her the request on this thread or on this on the chat that I'm on. She'll be able to pick up, and we can go from there.
Okay, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes easy, second nature. But yeah, now the big topic of conversation is the root and the fuckery that they do.
Oh yeah, yeah, that bullshit. Because I've been kind of like they haven't always been like that either. It's just it's like they got it like this like a couple years ago. Start really going.
See, years ago, I remember watching the root or looking at the root articles and laughing and like, okay, this is good because it was all around inclusiveness with everything that was spoken on, and it was balanced. You may have had something leaning to the left, but you also had something leaning to the right, and then you had stuff in between. But as of late, everything that they put out has been hot garbage. What's going on, Miss LaFay?
Hi,
LaPie.
guys.
How are we?
How are you guys doing?
Yes, welcome to this first Hangouts edition. Me trying this shit.
I think you did good. So we'll see how it goes for the rest of the remaining. How are you guys doing? What's the topics?
We was just talking about Donald Glover and not Donald Glover, but the Root and their take on basically blackmail anything and how they went from being a cool little conversation situation where they were balanced to really where they just hate black men on all fronts.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, are you familiar with the Root?
Yeah. I think there's some. Were they or are they an extension of the Huffington Post, something like that?
No, they're owned by the same people that own it's basically owned by white people. It's basically supposed to be a black publication.
Well, let me bring some clarity to that. They're owned by Univision.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay. So is this a feminist?
They move in a feminist direction.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like full blown feminists. Very Smart Brothers is Very Smart Brothers is an extension of the Root.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about Very Smart Brothers, I think their head writer is named Damon Young. He was the guy that wrote the article, "Straight Black Men Are the New White People."
Oh.
Right. And they used to have their own website, and they recently got bought out. I think maybe less than a year ago. But they've always kind of had like a weird little slant.
Okay, so what is their stance on the entire Donald Glover situation? Because I'm hearing a lot of different things from different people pertaining his stance with the African American community.
Let me give you some background with the Root. The Root over the past year has put out articles like Meghan Markle, she's becoming a black princess, and it is yes.
She's only quarter saying.
Serena Williams. Let me see. I got the actual articles. Let me see. I'll read the headlines. Let's see. Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian wed in New Orleans, and they go on to talk about how great it is. Here's another chapter. Some people are mad because a chapter in Issa Rae's 3-year-old book says black women and Asian men should date each other, and then they go on to say how black men need to stop tripping, yada, yada, yada. she's out here doing her thing, and it's hard. And then they go from that to judge of characters, black men, white wives. This is America.
So they went from condoning interracial relationships only with black women. Is that what
Correct.
You're saying? Other than that, no, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
They really went from something cool for black people to a dick policing publication that only castigates black men. So that's pretty much how I sum it up.
And this is called The Root.
The Root.
Who wrote this article?
It's a few different publishers on the site. There's multiple ones. But basically, so Twitter basically found out about The Root and what they were doing, so they put out the hashtag. The hashtag is Twitter, The Root articles, right? So from there, I'm gonna drop this in the chat so that y'all see it and can kind of get a feel for what kind of fuckery is going on.
Yeah.
But
it sounds pretty interesting. I'm actually excited to see this article. I'm barely on Twitter, but this seems interesting. Okay, let me check it out real quick.
All right. So one of the articles is called "How Black Men Having Jobs is the Number One Cause of Laryngitis in Black Women." That's basically what The Root is doing.
Okay, I can't. I'm sorry. Wait.
How toxic black masculinity caused the fall of Asgard, aka Zaddyland, and what this means for black women, the Valkyries. Like that's basically the type of publication that they are.
Is this a troll? Are they trolling or is this
they're trolling? But that's the type of publication that they do. That's what they do. So
trolling seems to be big business these days for some reason.
They lit The Root the fuck up. So rather than The Root saying, "Hey, listen, it's coming to our attention that we're a little biased," or "Hey, listen, we're gonna do better," they came out with an apology. I believe it said is a sincere apology from The Root, and then it goes on to be this big long article about the fourth paragraph because they give you background on what happened. They said, "We sincerely apologize that you are fragile and you need to grow thicker skin."
Woo!
I said, these niggas double down, don't give a fuck.
They really, why should they though? It's if they're trolling, then they're trolling. But it's unfortunate a lot of people who don't know that they're trolling is going to read this and think
they're not trolling. That's the problem.
So who's trolling? I mean, the Twitter
people? Twitter was trolling.
Yeah,
Twitter was trolling. They were trolling The Root. The Root is dead ass serious with every article that they publish.
But see, my thing on stuff like that is if it were the other way around, and I mean, like, I don't mean tit for tat bullshit. If it were the other way around and it were black men talking about go get white women, go get Asian women, we would be the scourge of the fucking planet. And
so y'all gonna act like that don't happen?
I mean,
it doesn't happen in serious publications. People troll.
No,
we don't have the power of the media to spread such messages. We have our own shit, but
Well, there's lots of platforms on YouTube that condones brothers dating out and and discourages women. So come on now.
You got to think. There's bum niggas on YouTube running stalker shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
So YouTube is a platform for anything. But if you have a large platform like The Root, which I can't think of another platform, it's opposite doing this. So you can't name no big large black platform, quote unquote black platform, doing this. You just can't.
Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at a lot of their publications and see exactly, because this is probably the first time of me hearing about The Root. I'm gonna check them out.
A black princess, finally, yes.
Yeah. I always encourage people to do research, no matter what. I mean, don't just take my word for it, because if you do that, you'll be like a bunch of the people in the group. just I believe you, bandwagon. I don't. So I mean.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna check these ladies out. Is it any men on the publication, or is it just strictly
it's a few, but there's some moist booty pirates going out their way.
Watch it.
And it's funny because the Root said, well, we don't have no all of our publishers are straight. And I've seen many an article where they start out by saying, "Yeah, as a gay black man, as a man in a gay relationship."
Yeah. Everybody always have to entitle themselves by making themselves special. I mean, I can say as a black man, every post, but you can clearly see that. I mean, unless you was an earlier BB and
Oh, they
BB.
gotta be trolling. I'm
That
reading
you
some
would
of
think
this.
so.
Yeah,
You
I'm
would
not
think
thinking that
so.
this is real
Devin Clark
here.
was trolling too, but what was the reaction to that?
And there are legitimately people who are taking this as their actual news source. And what's crazy about it is
Well,
it's a
then
lot of
that's
opinion
something
pieces.
wrong with them then.
Hey, hey, excuse me for a second. Let me take the time to thank a new subscriber, Mr. Dwayne Smith. Thank you, sir. You have made it easier on my road to 1,000 and beyond.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Mr.
Uh-oh.
Dwayne Smith, new subscriber.
But yeah, people actually take their news from them, and that shit is crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, you set a dangerous precedence like that. You know, just believing everything, the fuck with everything everybody says.
Because
I believe.
as a
I,
black person, you want a publication that you can read and you can feel some kind of connection to, but it shouldn't be this bullshit.
Well, obviously, what they're saying is getting a lot of attention, hence why it's a topic. That's why they keep doing it. Now, maybe they'll have something in the future, but right now it just looks like they're trolling to me. I think that this isn't. I don't think that this is real. This ain't. This is just a
no,
trolling. They're not sponsored by no damn Huffington Post. You can't tell me that.
But they are.
Because
Let
I'm
me
I'm
see.
looking at a
I'm gonna
lot of
find
their
out
it's
who
different
they are.
probably, it's
articles.
probably not. I'm probably. It's probably was inaccurate. You know,
I'm gonna find out who they
Yeah.
it
are.
probably is the inaccurate information right there. So I'm
Yeah,
going to
because
say that.
they sure in the heck can't be, because that seems like a lot of
Maybe,
slander and
that was
misinformation.
maybe the root maybe the root was before. Like maybe they
Okay.
had a link in the Huffington Post or something. Maybe that's where I got that from. But that that wasn't solid. So
Okay, so
Okay.
the Root is also owned by the same people that owns Slate. Slate is a fairly large publication. Another one that they own is Jezebel.
Oh, interesting.
but you know what though?
Well,
I will say this: the Huffington Post has a bunch of social justice extensions.
they do.
Yes,
They're actually very liberal as well. So,
liberal. I mean, too much of anything is bad.
Right.
Like too much liberal. I mean, that's like
but
too.
what is their stance? Okay, so what is the situation with Donald Glover? What is their problem with this young
So
man,
It's,
there,
other than his art and his wife? Like, what's his situation?
that's it.
that's his problem.
That's it.
He shouldn't be allowed to care about black people, to make a statement about black people because
Yeah,
he has a
yeah.
white wife.
Like nobody. We people shouldn't have to fill out applications. What qualifies you to speak on the black community? Check here, check it. That's BS. That's what it sounds like
Do,
we're doing right now.
well,
And
do you not think that's the case? Do
what
you
do you
think
mean?
there are certain topics? Do you feel that there are certain topics that interracial couples can speak about if they're in an interracial relationship dealing with the black community, such as health, wealth,
No,
especially wealth? You don't think there's any limitations,
no,
or should
because
they be free to say what they want to say because they're
so
black?
I'm just saying if they are contributing, they have every right to say what they want to say.
there's a difference between you being a black man who happens to be married to a white woman or vice versa, and the total antithesis, which is you are a bed buck or a bed wench, and you let that motherfucker control you, and you've done all this stuff to kind of garner white favor. Let's see that there's a strong difference. It's the difference between you just happen to be with them and you're doing everything for white zaddy.
Mm.
Stacey
Okay, I
Dash
see what you're saying.
is one of them people who was out there trying to promote and do stuff for her white man, who was paying all her bills
Well,
and
yeah.
stuff. So she got on Fox News and was out there shucking and jiving because she wanted white zaddy to keep her in financial financial heaven.
Looks
Yeah.
like it worked. No shade. But yeah, okay, I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going with that. But
Right. As opposed to
as
somebody,
far as really, to me, I think there's only certain, if you can't speak about the importance of having black wealth if you're married to a non-black person. That's my
I
opinion.
mean, but
Because
it depends.
especially if you're building all this wealth and it's going straight into
I wouldn't say
But
that.
is it? Because if you have your children, your wealth is supposed to go down to your children, is it not? So you look at it from the standpoint of your wealth is getting passed down. Your black children are going to have that wealth.
To a certain point,
Well,
percentage.
let me ask y'all a question. What should come first, generational wealth or community wealth?
Generational, I would say, but
Generational
that's
wealth.
selfish.
Yeah.
But that's selfish thinking
That
because
should be
community
selfish
wealth is going
thinking.
to
You have to
community wealth
focus
is
on
going to make
yourself,
every
and then so you can help everyone else.
right. But in the same aspect, community wealth is going to help everyone else, and then it'll help you. So it's the reverse of that. You're going to help the whole community be better. Therefore, you should be able to succeed.
Well, I
Yeah,
think you can do both.
I mean, but like we're talking about simple speaking here, just speaking. You have a platform where you reach out to millions of people, and you want to
Right.
do something positive with it. But the very people you're speaking up for is on the other end. Why you got a white baby mama? Does it fucking matter? Like a kid walked into a church and gunned down 9 people. Like,
Well, and on social injustice, I think that that it doesn't matter who you're with. You can
come
say
on.
how you want to, but when it comes to relationships and building black wealth, you
But
you really don't have any say so
here's
on that.
here's the kicker: social justice. So they're mad at Childish Gambino for saying that, but a white man will say the same exact thing, and they will applaud his ass. And he got a
Uh
white wife.
oh. Well,
So
I don't
where's
know
the
what to say.
breakdown? where's the breakdown? Because I remember what's that I'm gonna pop some tags, dude. He was saying a whole bunch of activist type shit. Did nobody getting his ass?
Well, same way
Yay!
with
Hooray!
Eminem. Yeah, same way with Eminem and a lot of other different people. But you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are right.
yeah,
You do have, if you have a platform, you should use it for the wealth, especially when it comes to injustice. But my opinion is when it comes to relationships, black love, and all that other stuff, keep that to yourself. Especially if you're not even in a relationship with a
I
black
mean,
person.
if you're not in a, I mean, I mean, I'm just saying you should be able to have the right to speak on your community. It, it's, it,
Hell, if
it,
we
it,
be if we're being honest, Martin Luther King had some wide jump offs. So if we really being honest, if we
That's
really
just
being
no. No one can prove that. No one can prove that. That just was
listen,
something someone said. No one can prove that Martin Luther King actually had white females,
Martin Luther
mistresses
King,
or whatnot.
Martin Martin Luther King had them jump offs.
Why? What makes you say that? Because somebody said it.
No,
No one
because
had a. No one
all that
has proof.
all of that came out in his court case when they when they found out that he not when they found out when they convicted the U.S. government for killing Martin Luther King, all that shit came out in his court case. He had white prostitutes and he was having like hooker parties, everything. When he died,
Oh, jeez, please.
he died in a black woman's arms, but he died in another woman's arms.
Oh, jeez. Well, look,
Had to get Hotep
look.
on y'all. Hotep.
You really did. You really did. You really did. I like Childish Gambino, and I like
Yeah,
what he
I
stands
like
for.
his music.
I have no
I like
problem
his
with
art.
what he's
I
talking
like his show
about.
Atlanta. I
Yeah,
mean,
because he
That shit
but
is
he's
funny
speaking
as
on the
hell.
truth of African
but it's like
people.
he does what he wants to as far as what his relationships are. I mean
Let's
that
be honest. It's not really like black women really ain't lining up around the corner. Just that dude in the high water shorts.
yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Where?
There are plenty of them. It's
We
just the
going to get
dudes
some
that
high
they're
water shorts
chasing.
when I get there. When next time I come out there, we going to get some high water shorts. We gonna test it out.
First
Yeah.
of all, you're too tall for that. You can't do that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I'm too tall. Oh,
No,
okay.
no, you can't. The high water shorts wouldn't work for you. You're just way too tall for that. It just wouldn't. Well, I don't know. The basketball players do it, so we'll see. You might get some girls lining up, but this whole black women aren't into nerds. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because they are. It's just who these nerds are into. They're into nice, bad bitches type females. They like the.
So we got to
They
settle
want
for
what
ugly
they
chicks,
see
is
in the
what you're saying.
videos. I'm not saying that they're not even ugly. They're just they're just like them. They're socially
Well,
awkward sometimes, and not they're not necessarily ugly.
I'm out of that.
Well, he's not necessarily attractive either. So you got to think about that too. Is the bad bitch supposed to settle for the ugly dude because
But I
he's
think the whole
a
I think that
nerd
whole
or
thing came
whatever? Like,
about.
come on now.
I think that whole thing came about because people were asking him questions and he answered them as best as he could. Like if someone continues to ask you all these questions, yeah, of course you're gonna answer those questions.
I
Like
think
I don't think that he's going to people and telling everybody, "Hey, I slept with this person or that person." I think that people are just in his business, and it seems
Yeah,
like,
that's what happens when you're a
and
celebrity.
it seems like every time that you have like a black male celebrity that does speak up on the issues, there's this whole background check, and
That's true.
yeah,
I kind of understand that to an extent, but they out of the man's personal life. You don't know what people mean to each other. This
just
man
like
could
they
have like
jumped
a
down.
this man could have like a white
I find it hard to believe that he didn't have anyone chase. Black women wasn't chasing him. That's a bunch of crap, y'all. They chase after women like me and all the nerds in school. They left alone, and I just didn't.
I like
You
how
know, in
she
school,
threw herself out there like that. Like they chase
in
after
school,
women like
I'm being honest. In school, dudes used to chase
me.
after girls like me, and I didn't want them.
I can't
I didn't
stand her.
want them. But they were so persistent. I went and said, okay, that'll be my little school boyfriend. And here go the cute little nerdy girl. She wasn't the prettiest or whatever, but she was cute. They used to like him. It's kind of like that Steve Urkel
Okay,
situation.
let's do
Laura
this.
and what?
Cause Steve Urkel, that out of control. Cause that chick he was dating, I can't even remember her name. What was it, Myra? Myra
my
was way better than Laura.
Yeah, she did, but she wasn't. He didn't find her interesting. He wanted
yeah.
what he couldn't
Way
have, and
okay,
that's what
fair enough.
most
But
nerds
that's
do.
but
Most
that's
they
not
want they want what they
that's
can't
not
have.
real life. The average
That is real
relationship,
life.
the average
It has.
nerdy
It
chick,
is
when
at
you be
least.
chasing after a chick like
Never.
Laura, she got a little bit of a mustache
Well,
and
look at
and, and,
it's
and a
either
stale
or.
weave that's been in there for about 4 5 months, and her edges growing out the side.
It, come on now, but see, it's okay for y'all to have these. Look, either you want a black woman or you don't. Either you
Well,
feel like girls
I
are
guess
chasing
so.
you or you don't.
We do. We
Like
want to. We
they're chasing you, and it may not be up to your physical standards at that point.
But I mean, the
Just
burden,
like nerds aren't
but
gonna
the
chase a
burden,
lot of women's physical
the burden
standards.
of
So
the burden of pursuance is always on the guys, though.
right. And here's the thing: if I can't get a black woman that is up to my expectation or is that my level of attraction, because she shoot me down, and these white women are shooting me, hey, what's going on? And she's just as cute, but just a different kind of cute. But she's white cute. Oh, you can't get mad when I get what I want, but she just happened to be white.
well, hey,
I
it
mean,
is what it is.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say for the record that I am out of that game. I have a black woman, so
Hello.
but
Well,
Viva la Becky.
also for the record, I don't care because I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it, and it's not pretty out there.
I know, right? I hate to be in the dating field right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. You might hear some tape and stuff
No.
going because I'm
So
trying to
okay.
package.
So I'll put it like this. Last weekend I was out. I was out with some friends, and we went to the bar, and I met this chick. The chick was cute. We had a conversation, and she asked me what I did. I told her, and she said, "Oh, I already got that hookup." And I said, "Excuse me." She goes, "Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
already got that hookup." I said, "What that's supposed to mean? Because I'm not here to hook you up. Well, how you supposed to benefit me?" Conversation was over at that point. I walked away. It was the end of the road.
But
Go ahead. But she what?
she really wasn't that attractive either. So
How you know?
what do you mean?
I'm just messing with
Oh,
you.
never mind.
No, but no, it just was. It just was like, wait a minute, wait, what? But it's funny because I go see the white girl who about the same attractive level. I'm getting text messages from her currently.
Well,
I mean,
she had her eye on something else, and you didn't fit what she was looking for at that particular time. I'm
And that's what happened
assuming
to Donald
so.
Glover.
I mean, it might not even
Oh.
it might not even been that he was pursuing one. Maybe one was just there.
Oh, I'm gonna give her the cat one.
What I'm trying to see what the thing is from that because I've seen a couple of like articles and mashups. So if you ever watched the TV show Atlanta, which I guess everybody has, it's on the show. But those who aren't listening, if you ever watch TV show Atlanta, there's an episode where they go see Drake, or they're supposed to go see Drake at a house party.
Yeah.
It's a celebrity there. I think he's an actor, right? And this basically one of the black girls that came with Ern's baby mama is infatuated with him, so she's chasing him around. But the moment she sees him, she realizes he's with a white woman. So she's mad dogging the white woman, and and I think basically to the effect of course you with him. You got your little black accessory. You want to be with him. She says, well, maybe I just want to be a good woman. And the black woman's response is, well, I ain't got time to waste on a nigga doing this, that, and the third. And I don't know if that's his personal opinion. I don't know if somebody else wrote that bit. I don't know if it just flowed naturally with the scene. But basically, it seems like
maybe he was it was art imitating life.
Yeah,
what color?
I don't want to. Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to put that in there. It seems just like saying, "Oh yeah, black bitches ain't shit." But you know, you don't. It just seems to be that maybe from his point of view, he felt like black women weren't willing to spend the time and energy with him when he wasn't Childish Gambino. When he was working for 30 Rock and maybe broke.
Wow.
That could be the case.
And we don't know how long he's been with this woman.
We don't.
Yeah, we just know he's got 2 kids with her, but we have no idea how
they
long.
Look happy. That's all I know. And he's if he's happy, I'm happy. I'm not. He's not my cup of tea, and I really don't.
You wouldn't if he hollered at you, he was like, "Hey, Shayla Faye, yeah, come get on tour with me." I think you would just shoot him down. That's what you're telling me.
I'm not interested in that.
Commercial.
I'm not interested in that lifestyle. I'm already taken, so
I do advertising. I'll do advertising.
He said advertisement. Sure. CoutureKitchen.com. I'll be like, yes, absolutely.
Oreo peanut butter chocolate cheesecake.
He said Oreo peanut butter chocolate cheesecake.
I can't take you. Oh my God. All right. Well, I love you guys a lot. I have to finish packaging up some stuff. CoutureKitchen.com. Make sure you check it out. Brandon, you better take a picture with your hat on.
I already did take a picture with the hat on, I thought.
We gonna fight. Okay, she go with the pink one. Okay.
I'll take another one. I got one.
Well, I'm gonna be listening in the show while I'm packaging up these boxes and getting ready to go to bed. All right. So lovely show. Keep hope alive. Black men being brutally honest. If y'all don't know, it's on Facebook. You definitely have to follow it. It's very interesting. It's very controversial. It might be some things you don't want to hear. If you have thick skin, tune in. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah.
And thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that episode might have been telling, but you never know. He might maybe he is biased and he just don't want to say anything. What I do know is he hasn't said anything outwardly. There's not a quotable directly from him to where he said anything negative about black women. So I think this whole uproar is a bit too much and frankly stupid.
It's been way too much. I mean, just leave it alone. Watch his show, listen to his music, or don't listen to his music. It's too much. Like let's just move on. Personally, I'm still listen to Redbone whenever it comes on the radio.
I'm still bumping it. What you gonna do about it? It's a whole bunch going on, and black people have the nerve to be worried about Childish Gambino. They didn't bill under the table. And this is what I'm gonna say, so that you can run back because this show was recorded. We can run back to this date. What's the date? The 15th.
Yeah.
I said it today. Bill Cosby is going to get an appeal and get that case thrown out.
He's going to get the case thrown out.
Yeah, that's going to get appealed. Now, I don't know if you heard this, but recently there's been about 3 jurors that have allegedly had a book deal since before the trial was over.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you're not supposed to be sharing info. like at all. Yeah, isn't that against the law?
Yeah. So
But
it's gonna go down.
yeah, it's either finna go down or they could pull some Trump era stuff. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's already dangerous enough that you're just going off word of mouth anyway in this situation.
That's what I'm talking about. So you have all of these Me Too white men been caught, and they choose to go after Bill Cosby and convict him with no evidence. So you have zero, not a shred, not a little bit, not sorta. You have zero evidence, and you want to convict this man.
Mm-hmm.
This the shit I don't get. You want to convict this man, and you got uh, Harvey Weinstein admitting to shit.
Man, you got a college kid that raped a girl behind a dumpster that only got 3 months.
3 months. You got the dad from Seventh Heaven admitting shit. You got all these people telling on themselves and try to like, oh, well, I was just drunk. Oh, I just hey, I didn't mean it, and nothing has happened to them. But you got Bill Cosby telling you, I didn't do this shit. Almost every accuser that's accused him has come out and said, hey, look, yeah, I was lying, or they got caught lying. And you niggas want to go after. All right, cool.
Yeah, just know this is. I think things are harder for us in general anyway, and that is at the broke level. At their level, it's just nuts. Shoot. I mean, but what do you believe? Do you believe that these were willing 18 women, that they were two people consenting, and maybe a few of them decided that they wanted to get a come up, and Bill Cosby was like, "Oh no, fuck you."
With Bill.
Yeah. What's going on? Still there? Well, look like we lost Brandon from the broadcast. Yeah, he'll call back. Yeah, let me see. Maybe I ought to read some disparaging comments while we work this situation out. All right. Yeah, well, while I'm waiting on things to go down here, I'll just talk about a couple things myself. Yeah, we were just talking about the whole Donald Glover situation. Well, let me let's talk about people who speak on issues and how differently that we treat these people. Okay, you got Donald Glover, who makes a video covering like just about every outlook on Black America with its symbolism, and his background is checked by us, and we just explained all that. Now turn around, we got Eve. Eve popped up on The View and had her little how she was so upset about Kanye West and and what he said about slavery being a choice and how hurt she was. And Miss LaFay, basically was explaining to us earlier that maybe if you are not in a relationship with another, with a Black person, that maybe you shouldn't have too much to say. And from the treatment that both received on social media, you barely heard any peeps about Eve. Just to say that it seems like that some people do have it much easier when it comes to speaking on issues than others, and this is why I think that certain things like that should not matter. Yes, I do not endorse the behavior. I do not promote it, but at the same time, I don't care. And just like Donald Glover had a voice, Eve has a voice too. She does. But how we treat these people is what the difference maker is. So just let me guess I'll play a little bit of music or whatever. See if I can get this going a little bit better. Oh, look, I'm reading an article. Synthetic weed smokers, beware. What? People are still smoking synthetic weed? Like, what are y'all doing out here? This is K2 Spice. Like, you've been supposed to get rid of that. And they're just having an article about it. When did they write this? This is an article on WSBTV.com. Oh, updated May 15th, 2018. You mean to tell me that spice is back on the rise? We investigate this threat of new lethal form of synthetic marijuana. The active ingredient in rat poison. Wow. People do anything to get high. Yeah, all right. Let me just give y'all a message. Don't smoke spice. Don't do it. It's not worth it. If you're working a good job, just drink a beer. I mean, it's not that serious. See, all y'all have goals and ambitions. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, good God. ABC, Zombie Junkies take over. Where is this? In a Bay Area train station. Wow, Americans really letting themselves go to shit. You should see this video I'm watching. People are just laid out on drugs. They're laying in their own bodily fluids. Oh, hello?
My bad.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my phone died and I didn't have it plugged up.
Oh, okay. Well, that is cool right there, sir.
No,
yeah,
but
I made a discovery. I'm pretty boring by myself. But
it bees like that sometimes. But what I was saying before and with Bill Cosby is basically I don't know whether he did or he didn't, and that's really not for me because only them two people or whatever people was involved in the situation know what happened. I think that these women shouldn't have been there, and they know they shouldn't have been there, being that he's a married man. I think Bill shouldn't have been there, being that he's a married man.
No, not at all.
But these women chose to wait until way after the fact. I think if you are a victim of sexual assault, it is your duty to ensure that you go and you press charges and that you make it known that you were sexually assaulted so this doesn't happen to somebody else.
Like, I really, like anybody I'm related to, I would really want them to report it immediately. Please do not let this linger.
Because simple fact is, you have a time window to go and get that what they call is the rape kit. The rape kit tells no lies. If you've been sexually assaulted and that man penetrated you, they will know. If it within reason, there's condoms and whatnot, but they know that there was an assault that took place. So you have a preponderance of evidence to prove your case. Now these women, they waited a decade, 5 years, 6 years, however long it was, and they want to come and say, "Oh, well, he did it off of he said, she said." Bill Cosby, and I hate to say this, whether he did or he did not, it's not important due to the fact that the legal system works on evidence. It works on proof. It works on basically facts to the case. If you can't prove that that man did anything to you, there's no way that that man should be convicted. It sets a dangerous precedence, and that puts people in jeopardy who have not done anything for other legal situations, especially when America has a long ass history of accusing black men for sexual assault for crimes that they didn't commit, weren't even possible of committing. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't play with that shit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Personally, whether Bill Cosby did it or not, I really hope he didn't. I don't think he should have been convicted with no evidence. Maybe in a civil suit, yeah, civil suit. Go ahead and tear his ass up. Let him take him for millions. A criminal conviction? No.
But what was that lady name? Gloria Allred. Like after he was convicted.
Oh yeah, they going for his money now. They going for his pockets now.
Money. She's saying that he should prepare $100 million for the victims.
But that's plural. Yeah, but I mean that's what Gloria Allred does. She sniffs out a case and she runs for it. Like the rapper Tyga. Tyga apparently DMs some girl on Instagram. The girl ends up being 15, 16, somewhere around there. So she basically got Gloria Allred and played the biggest victim ever and tried to make it seem like Tyga basically went through the internet and touched her. That case was obviously thrown out, but she made a big ass funk of it, and everybody read it and was like, "Wait a minute! So he never met the chick? So he never met the chick, and she wants how much money? Yeah, nah, I'm cool on here. I'm cool."
Yeah. So yeah. So the Cavs must have lost tonight or something because I'm just like scrolling through the timeline.
The who?
The Cavs, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, they got clown, huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah, these people ain't playing. Well, they playing, but they ain't playing. Yeah. Yeah. So basically you're saying, and you put it on record that Bill Cosby's is going to get it thrown out.
Oh yeah, Bill, that case ain't gonna run. If after seeing that them jurors had after seeing them jurors had that whole situation, I guarantee you, Cosby, because the money Cosby got, all his lawyers, they pouring through all them people's information, they records, they everything. They gonna find it. Yeah. If it's actually true that they went through and they had a deal before, it's a wrap. That whole case is getting thrown out.
Yeah, you compromise the case completely. That's just stupid. And and what it boils down to basically that all of this is about cash anyway. It's high profile, and everybody's trying to find a way to cash in. You know, damn a man's life. But
that man has an entire legacy. He's the first black, like legitimate black father figure on TV. But what was it? He was a doctor. No, he was a doctor. His wife was a lawyer, and they raised all them kids in that house. And then they had to spin off to a different world. Everything else,
Yeah, so.
He wasn't the dad off of Good Times that was just barely trying to struggle. He was the one that made you say, "Hey, listen, I can be somebody."
The dad off Good Times. That's a whole messed up situation. I'm sure you heard the story of Good Times.
Nah, what did I miss about Good Times? Did something happen?
Good time. You never heard it like how like when they were starting out the show, they didn't want a male figure in the house, but Esther Roll really pushed to put a male figure in the house. So John Amos was hired to be, James. Yeah. But but the way they made James' character, he was a stern father, but he could barely keep a job.
Right.
Like they had him on script saying he has a 6th grade education. Even when I was in 6th, 7th grade, I was like, how can you survive off that? Seriously, this man going to job interviews and just getting turned down. He even had an episode where he was afraid to go on a job interview. But he was like, I couldn't do
it. And that's indicative of how they see everything runs in circles. We went from that to where they didn't want no black man on TV. They made him a fool. They made him look crazy. To Bill Cosby showing you could be a doctor, a lawyer, you can have your kids in college and running and be successful and do this shit. To Bill Cosby's a rapist. Hey, black men, did you know that you can't date out and speak about the community? Hey, did you know that straight black men are the new Klansmen of the of the black race?
Yeah. They come up with all kinds of scenes for us now. Like it's like we're not even coming up with our own sayings anymore for us. It's like
Wow.
everybody else has it figured out. Yeah, but getting back to good times, then I guess James, I guess they, I guess John Amos signed up for one thing and they did another, so that's why he disappeared from the show. Like you know,
Oh, because they killed him off, right? James died.
yeah, yeah.
Damn.
They wrote him off the show, for, like basically for being a troublemaker. Like, you know, just saying, you know, because they was giving more, like they started shifting the lead male role to Jimmy Walker, JJ, you know,
Right.
because he had that dynamite.
He was jive talking.
Yeah, yeah, he was jive talking. He was shucking and jiving basically. And you know, that's the image. That was the lead image they wanted. They want the shuck and jive image. That's why you had all these tough shows come out like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, where you had the shuck and jive guy. That was the coolest, and the educated one looking like the buffoon and the nerd and the geek. You know, nobody wants to be the nerd and the geek. You know, aka the smart black man.
No.
Nobody wants to be that guy because they all like TV has always responded to it by making fools of those guys.
It's
Like,
as if you
Alfonso Ribeiro
lose
called him back.
credibility.
Yeah. And ironically, called Alfonso Ribeiro, the actor, you know, he married out. I don't know if it was, I mean, I don't know if it was because he was Carlton or, you know, another case of maybe black women didn't see him that way or whatever the case may be. But I know he was depicted as the I guess what the more urban parts of us call coon, sellout, and Uncle Tom, and it has really nothing to do with any of his actions or speaking against black people. It was the fact that he spoke articulately and he was smart. They always use the media to demonize these images of black men who could progress. And if you keep feeding them these images, the kids that watch these images on TV growing up, they're not gonna want to be the smart guy. They're gonna
That's
want
because it was back in the day. It used to be a smart nigga was a dead nigga.
yeah.
You couldn't be too intelligent. You couldn't be too smart. You couldn't be you couldn't be one of those people who could put actual sentence together without any ebonics, because it meant that you were trying to be like uh massa. You was trying to be like the white folk. Oh, I see you. You was just trying to be like the white folk, nigga. You ain't no better than me. And that shit really got demonized. But that's a relic of slavery.
But you know what though? You know what though? Yeah, yeah. I was trying to tell people that sometimes back in that day, even though it was bad as it was for blacks, there were some blacks that didn't like blacks back then, and it was just like you said. If you were smart, you supposed to want to be white. And the sad part is a lot of us still have that mentality today. If you see a young black man who speaks articulately, who does his schoolwork, that dresses and pulls his pants up and is polite, um, you know that's the one that we consider whack and lame.
And it's
and,
sad.
yeah, it's really sad. We should be uplifting people like that. I'm not saying that women don't go through it as well.
Oh no, women. Okay, so I had this. Actually had that post up. I had a post up, and the post was a conversation, and it was a difference between. And I wish Shay was still on, because it was different between a nerdy boy, or nerdy. I mean, a nerdy boy versus a nerdy girl. When you are a nerdy boy, even if you're attractive, you're still a nerd, because you don't have the charisma or the swagger or the likability or maybe the athleticism that those other guys had. So the girls, they were going for that because he stood out to them. But if you, and I remember this, maybe you could tell me if it was different, even if you were a nerdy girl, if you were cute and you had a shape to you, dudes would still be like, oh shit, hey,
Yeah, I've seen some cute nerds in my day in high school and in college. Like for real. Like they may carry themselves kind of humble, and they may dress a little conservative, but you could definitely see it, and it was always somebody that could. And like I said earlier, the burden of pursuance is always on the guy,
Mm-hmm.
not the girl. So I would say in that light, it probably is easier for the nerd girls than it is for the nerd guys. Because like nerd guys, I mean, I would guess since everybody wants to, do their assessments on people, I guess I can do one too. The nerd guys probably haven't had that much practice with girls because they're always concentrating on their schoolwork.
Right. They're
You know,
not they're not getting any
they're not,
play from women.
yeah,
There's not getting attention. They don't have the ability to speak to women because they don't know it's a lot going on. They're just missing out. But a girl, attractive, as long as she's not if she's a traditional standard of attractive and some nerdy girls. There's a movie I saw where they gave this girl a makeover. They did her eyebrows and they straightened her hair, and she's the cutest girl in the school. I This isn't what we're talking about. I'm talking about the girl who the nerdy girl who had a little bit of a mustache or
nerd girl don't find.
she had a little funk to her. She didn't get no play.
No, not at all. Like
But
like
if they go ahead.
like the one that's like I don't know 4 foot 11, 200 pounds. Like
Yeah. That
they didn't get any play.
Yeah, they didn't get no play at all. Just like chubby girl, the chubby male nerd, he really didn't get no play. But if she was a little cute, I'm just saying, if she was a little cute and she took a little work, dudes would still be, hey, what's going on, Sarah? Yeah, nerdy Sarah, what's going on? Oh, okay. So I mean, it's all relative, but I always feel like male nerds had it a lot harder. Plus, it typically any girl is gonna get hit on just for the simple fact that they're a female. Probably since the fact that since they started growing, going through maturity, uh, it's always been a guy hitting on them,
Yeah,
really cute or not.
yeah. I've been hitting on girls since fifth grade, so
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, yeah. So yeah. But then
boys in third grade, still third, fourth, fifth grade, probably still missing the toilet. So
like real that once you cross over into that level, like I would pretty much say it's probably always going to be the alpha who gets all the attention. Now
yeah,
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and admit a couple things. Sometimes people don't have to give the gap.
no.
So sometimes we don't. And there's a saying: closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
So if you're not talking to anyone, you don't really have any excuses now, do you? I mean, and you got to when you talk, you got to say the right things. Don't and you can't always take your friend's advice because you know I don't think friends can be trusted in a situation like that anyway. That was a lot of what I used to do. I always tried to go and grab advice from friends because I put them up there like that. Like, hey, guy, what do I do with such and such? And, it's always strangely, I never got the right advice. I should have just went with what I wanted to do. But I don't know. I just, I got it. I got it a little later on, but it just took me a while. So, I mean, but one thing that I was always told was you got to learn how to talk. You got to learn how to talk to them. I think that's a healthy, sound piece of advice. If you don't talk, otherwise you can't blame anybody for anything, and you can't be on social media and in these Facebook groups complaining about it. If I don't know, you see what I'm trying to say, right?
No, yeah, no, I get exactly what you're saying. You can't sit up and be quiet. You can't sit up and sit. It's a man's. For a woman can go out. They can look attractive. They can sit in the corner of a room, and a man is going to approach them. That's just what it is. That is the facts of life. It's probably to the point, and from what I've heard, is there's a lot of women who are hit on to where it's uncomfortable. They hate it. They detest it. Men, that is not a factor. That is not an issue. If I go sit in the corner and try and look cute and hope somebody come over here, chick is gonna look at me and say he's either gay or sick. Because it's just, what the fuck I'm supposed to do? You want me to come talk to you? Now, a woman might give you the eye or the wink or a smile or some shit and give you the clue to come over her. But often it's not women coming over to approach men and be on some, hey, let me buy you a drink. Hey, let me talk to you. No. That's what men do.
Women don't go out their way like that. Just this whole burden of pursuing thing. When women do not approach guys like that for real. I mean, I've seen it before. It does rarely happen.
I mean, it happens, but there's a rule. There's an exception to every rule. But
yeah.
but for the most part, women are not just out here going, "Hey, what's going on? Let me holler at you. Let me get your number. Hey, let me take you out to eat sometime."
And then with all this little social justice, Me Too stuff going on, pretty soon you won't be able to approach any of them.
I learned a long time ago from watching all of this social justice. I don't bother with. I don't approach. I barely even try to look at. If I feel like she's a black feminist, if I know that she's a black feminist, she gives me the black feminist vibe, I move across the room from her ass.
Yeah, because
same goes for white feminists.
Yeah, it's nothing you would ever be able. It's nothing you can ever say right around it. Ever.
Nope.
Nothing. Unless it is complete bowing down and submission to their narrative. You better listen because I'm a woman and that's it. Bandwagon it.
I had a chick tell me I was misogynistic because I didn't want to talk to her. I said, why? She goes, because you found out I was a feminist and you came over here with some phobia and da-da-da-da, and you're probably a misogynist because I don't want to be the big bad wolf to your victim. And we went into a whole long conversation. I tried to walk away. That heifer followed me around the damn bar until I would talk to her.
Yeah, I made that comment on post before about about women who always make this post about oh, y'all want this and y'all want that, but y'all want a Becky, stuff like that, blah blah blah. I will make the comment that it's like walking away or running away from somebody and they're running behind you screaming.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Post is. So like that's exactly what that sounds like. They won't let it go. It's their goal is to change your mind no matter what. And I'm not a bad like let's just agree to disagree sometimes.
I even get that. I get if you want to change my mind, that's fine. As long as I'm willing to. As long as I'm participating in the conversation, that's fine. You have every opportunity to change my mind. Now, if I take that opportunity away from you and walk away, that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah. Or if I'm following behind you and I won't leave you alone.
It's like, nah, bro, sit down. Sit down. We got into a full conversation. That chick actually told me, because we had a conversation, and online I'll play. But I really feel like it takes two to have a child, so it's a 50-50. She told me it's completely on the man, and I said, why is it completely on the man? Her reasoning behind it is because most sex happens in the man's house. I said, okay, we can go with that narrative. That's fine. Why does it happen to be his fault? And she goes, because she's in his house and she can't say no to with sex without a condom. And I said, what do you mean? She can just close her legs, walk away, tell him no sex, get up and go. Well, she doesn't feel comfortable. I said, she should. She's having sex with him. Well, no. So she just has sex with him without the condom. I said, so you're telling me that man is raping her? And she goes, well, no, it's not rape. I said, well, let me get this straight. She doesn't want to have sex without a condom, right? Yes. But she feels compelled to do it because she fears him, correct? Yes. So that's coercion. Yes? Well, yeah. I said, so coercion and sex equals rape.
Yeah, rape. That right there is definitely rape.
No, I said it's either rape or it's not rape. It's either force or it's not force. So she either wanted to have sex with the condom or she did not. But if it's a no and he did it anyway, that's rape. She argued me the fuck down. I said, you know what? I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom. I walk my ass about the bar.
Yeah, some of those are just not worth it. Like they just keep going like that. What I don't understand is most of the women I've had, I'm gonna say most, most I've had sex with have always asked me first, "Do you have a condom? Do you have a condom?"
Yeah.
Yeah. One. Like this, like I said, when I speak like this, is always it's always gonna be with the understanding of before I got married. So it's yeah, these women will act like wimps. Like why? How am I running into all these women who require condoms? And not the excuses you hear today is, well, he should have wore a condom. Like what? Like there's too many things to consider. There's also STD. Like STDs. Like yeah, we hear complaints about they getting us all this stuff because we having sex with them. I'm like, you got it.
I've always wondered how, because I'm 31. I don't have no kids, none of that shit. So obviously I'm using condoms and taking. But I've always wondered how it's just that easy. Like there's people with 5 and 6 kids. There's people who have a kid and tell you, oh, it was the worst thing ever, and then a year later they got another one. It's like, how did you not learn this lesson? It's a post up in the group now. It's a chick bragging about how she had 9 kids.
What? We actually got somebody like that in there?
Oh no. It's a post though. She was on Instagram. Somebody took the picture off, but she's bragging about how she has 9 kids, and she's looking for applause because she didn't have an abortion for a single one of them. And it's like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna skip over the fact that you got pregnant 9 times and these kids don't match. That you're bragging about you haven't been married. You only 30. She's only 30.
She's only 30.
Only 30. She said the average 30-year-old should be married with 2 kids and white picket fences in this scenario, but I'm not. And then goes off to like talk about it. I'm going, this can't be life. How do you have 9 kids at 30? Some of the kids look big too.
You don't have time to do anything but watch kids. Unless you got a really, really supportive family.
And people were on that post saying that she was successful and thriving. There's no way that you can have 9 kids and be any kind of thrive or successful. It's not possible.
Oh man,
that's 9 birthdays a year.
Yeah, 9 birthdays a year. Sometimes a couple in the same month.
Yeah, that's 9 cakes a year. That's 9.
That is time consuming.
Yeah, 9 sets of doctor visits a year. 9 sets of dentist visits. 9 school supplies, sets of school supplies that you gotta buy.
9 separate sets of Christmas gifts.
9 meals you gotta make for the kids, and that's not including yourself.
Wow. I mean, she has to be like a human cafeteria. Oh, for real. Like I hope she's training a sports team. Like I hope she's at least teaching the kids to be solid human beings. But
you can't. At that point, that's child abuse. I don't care what you got to say. That's child abuse. You have 9 kids, and it's just you. And yeah, they may have their father, but for the most part, those kids are with you. How do you? That's child abuse. You don't have time for all those kids.
Yeah, somebody's getting neglected. That's too tough. I mean, that only sounds like that's tough on 2 parents.
There's people with 4 kids, 2 parents. They got grandparents, and they stress the hell out, and they make good money. How the hell do you have kids 9, and you single parent household, and then not be child support?
Yeah, shoot, my parents had 4 kids, and I know we ran them mad.
Exactly.
Like 901. God.
And then you're dealing with different stages of life. So you're dealing with diapers to preschool to third grade, doing the math, to the kid to who you helping them with their homework, but you really don't know what the fuck is going on with the homework.
Not for real.
You just asked them the same question over. What is x plus 3 divided by 9 multiplied by the cross integer? You know the answer. You know the answer.
Continue.
It's a trip. Yeah, but that's child abuse. There's no other way to put that. And then she's out there bragging about it, talking about, yeah, I did it. Yeah, you did it. Of course you did it. You had to do it. I just want to know who's sleeping with her.
Yeah, that's pretty much not smart after a while. I don't know, but I don't know. We gotta wise up, and we gotta stop doing that shit. Like who fools with these people like
that? I always want to say there's always the scavenger. The scavenger is the guy who will hit, sleep with, have sex with anything. They have no standards. They have no morals. It's like
they just pretty much dick and they leech and they hop from household to household. It's never trust me. I've known a couple guys like this. It's never just one. There's several women they doing like that.
Yeah, they sexual werewolves. They just can't help themselves. They got to go out. But it's what the crazy part is. There's entirely too many women doing this though. Because from what I'm seeing is you see about 3 or 4 dusty dudes, but they'll have 46 women pregnant. How?
Yeah, how? I don't know. I think a lot of that might have to do with the crack hair, but proceed. It's like, oh, you're talking about that case in Tennessee.
That's one of them. I saw some other stuff. It was a chick in the group. She was posting them up like it was candy. She posted up a dude. This dude had 12 baby mamas.
I mean, and let me guess, some of them knew about each other.
Some of them knew, but at some point, if you see a dude and he don't take care of his kids, he's always out kicking it and hanging out, and he got 2 kids, that don't add up. You don't have time to go out and kick it, and you got 2 kids. You can't be out driving a BMW and at all cool club events, and you got 2 kids that you're taking care of. That means one of 2 things. That means you make enough money to pay and not see them, or you neglecting the hell out those kids and not giving them no money, and you still ain't seeing them. But either way, you can't have 2 kids and just be out at the club every weekend. It don't work like that.
Mm. Yeah, I got something I want to say real quick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm just putting to you like this. Do you know why women hate male movements, like black man movements? Do you know why? Do you know why a black woman typically hates a black man movement?
I mean, I have some ideas, but I'd like to hear yours.
I have a theory. Lots of black woman movements, blogs, magazines, websites. For some reason, most of them always degrade into bashing black men. Primarily black men who date out, black men who make bad decisions, who should be bashed and should be paid more attention to. You rarely see.
I'm for that.
Yeah,
I'm for that. If black men who are out, who are habitual fuck ups, who are denigrating the community, who are doing things to women, they need to be called out. They need to be
called out. But
that whole culture and ideology needs to be shitted on. But go ahead.
Yeah. But what we have a tendency to do is we celebrate fuckery. You know why? because I guess the reason is this: black women hate black male movements because their movements always lower into bashing and denigrating black men. So guess what? Whenever we have a movement, they are hugely fucking paranoid that the same thing is going on. So like the group, the Facebook group we have. Guess what? Those sisters and women, as soon as they saw the title of the group, they started attacking. Now, granted,
they immediately jumped on it.
Say what?
I said, yeah, they did immediately jump on it.
Yeah, and it ain't like we didn't have guys like Calvin, you know, like Calvin who tripped like that dude was a trip, and he was very harsh, but we could all admit that. But if I start a Facebook group and you start like doing like all kinds of I'm a little bit more numb to it now because I done got used to it because you can only fight people for so long. But I used to get mad about this slave shit. For real.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I'm from a place where that we're deep in that history. And I feel like it's not to be taken lightly because there are too many people that died. It's too many. At the end of the day, too many people died. Because of that shit. And why we being disrespectful to that history is beyond me. But it's like they launched that attack first. They got paranoid first. They bought their crap from other groups and brought it to us, which is kind of like I take some responsibility for. And once that I got to the swing of things, I started being very antagonistic too.
Yeah, I mean it happens because people and they want to come in there and they want to cry, they want to play victim, they want to say this group is terrible, yet they somehow have never left the group.
No, they never left the group. Even when they leave the group, they come back.
Yeah, they get put out the group. They go create a fake page. They get put out the group. They hit your inbox. Why'd I get put out? I don't understand. And you just let me back in the group. What?
But we was all kinds of bitches. Like we was all kinds of bitches, and you wanted to do some shit that was against the rules. I mean, like it'll be easier for me to listen to what a person is saying without them calling me a bitch.
Bitch, put me back in the group, bitch. Huh?
Or better yet, taking shots at family members. But like why do people feel like when they come at you, it's supposed to be inconsequential? Like if you say this to me physically to my face, 9 times out of 10, you might get swung on. but then again,
I said that part.
Yeah, but then again, if we were face to face, you ain't gonna say shit. you ain't gonna be all bold and brave like that with your little fingers. So I mean, just just have fun sometimes. Everything ain't gotta be a fight. I mean, why? Like in Shy, when we was on your show, Shy mentioned this. Why are you blaming me for what another man posts?
Yeah.
I had to put a disclaimer in the description. The views of the group members ain't necessarily the groups of the admin or his creator, because we get so many complaints like that. How many of those group members that sit up there and post and cry about every goddamn thing? How many of them actually read that description? Read our rules?
Not one. Not a single one.
Read our rules. Read rules that actually are in protection of women. If this is a black woman hate group, why the fuck are we letting black women in? Like honestly, like that is the dumbest shit. You can't name something black men and then just like, okay, it's a black woman hate group. What kind of fucking assumption is that? Now it was a group full of white people and they named it KKK. Yeah. That's a hate group. But just off it being named black men, you decided it was a hate group?
My number one pet peeve in a group is when you say something that is obviously positive, when you say something that's obviously common sense, you all of a sudden are a cool. you are a white racist troll, and, and you hate black people.
Yeah,
And it's all because you said,
"Hey,
listen, you what's an example? Hey, listen, black people shouldn't have so many kids out of wedlock. Oh, you just hate black people. You just won't talk about black people.
Why you gotta say all these bad things?
What?
Yeah,
That's shit.
all these bad
What?
things.
What? You shouldn't have kids. Like, this is common sense. People should get married instead of having kids out of wedlock. How dare you? You know, black people do. So black people is just failure all the way around. Like, anything that's got to do with failure, that's inherently black.
I don't get us sometimes. I don't get us. It's like a lot of us, we do talk about the problem. A lot of us do, but we want it talked about in a way that doesn't make us look bad, or
That's because
makes all of us look bad. Like, we stick with a general narrative that that we often see on TV. Like, say for instance, the narrative: black men need to stop killing each other. Okay, say I run into you on the street, and I'm just trying to go get a bottle of milk, and I see you, and you wearing a color I don't like. Common sense, because of the common sense and the upbringing that I have, I'm not. I don't want to kill you. I'm not naturally predisposed to killing you because of the color that you're wearing. Now, granted, there are brothers that are like that. If you walk into their neighborhood and with the wrong color on, they're gonna do something to you that is.
Do you understand where the majority of that shit comes from? Where the majority of that mentality comes from? That comes from, and I talk about it all the time, that comes from single mothers raising these kids with no father figure in their house, or with a lack of a proper male role model. So this young man goes from seeing, and we're gonna say worst case scenario. It's not, but this is unfortunately common. You go to the hood. You go to a neighborhood that may not be great. You have this woman who's had, we'll say, 2 kids by 2 different men.
Yeah.
Okay. We can both agree that this happens. This isn't some mythical thing. This isn't some like rare commodity. This happens all the time. So this woman has 2 kids by 2 different men. Maybe one of these dudes is around, but one of the other kids ain't really his son. So he don't spend as much time. Maybe the other dad got locked up and went to jail. So now you have this child who is essentially being raised by a woman who can't teach him how to be a man. She can only relate to him her emotional levels and basically her femininity, because she can't teach him manhood. She can't become a man. He can't gain manhood via osmosis from his mama. So he's learning feminine attributes. So then this feminine attribute learning child goes and he gets out with his friends, and a bunch of his friends are in the same position in some way, shape, or form. Maybe one of them has a dad, but the dad ain't around much, or maybe one of them dads ain't paying attention. You never know what the situation is. Now these kids are aspiring to be like the male role models in their neighborhood, who are what? Drug dealers, gangbangers, pimps, niggas just hanging out on the corners doing dope, etc. They don't have a choice of, hey, listen, I want to be like Mr. Johnson. He's a lawyer. He's a this. He does well. No. They want to be like Nuck and Pojo, who drive the car with rims on it in the TV because this shit look cool and he got all the girls. They're just following a vicious circle. But all of this comes from not having a nuclear family structure. They don't have a positive role model in their life full time, teaching them, hey, listen, this is not how you get along. This is not how you get down. You don't shoot men that you have a problem with just because they got a different color on, or just because it's
different color on, or you might have had a slight disagreement in the neighborhood park somewhere, and all of a sudden he becomes a nigga that was talking all that shit.
Right. Because back in the day, if you had a disagreement, okay, cool. You got a disagreement, you can fight it out. You win some, you lose some. but you walked away from that situation. Now it's shoot, bang, bang, done. Now you're doing 20 years to life.
Kill you. I'm gonna take your life while you end up the rest of life in the prison, watch my boyfriend's draws.
Right.
Like, that's not a life.
And it's a repeating cycle. And I remember growing up, people actually like this, and this shit trips me out to this day because I sit back and think about it. People actually thought going to jail was the thing to do.
No, going to jail is not the thing to do, for the record.
It was the thing to do. Like, you got so much credibility. Like, oh yeah, you got to go to jail, but you know what? When you get back out, they're gonna throw a party for you, and they're gonna have these girls, and you can be walking around. But what they don't tell you is you spent 2 years in there fighting for your life. You spent 5 years fighting for your life. You actually had to sit up in a cell with another man and all the conditions that they subjected you to. Now you got out on parole. You got to go find a job. They checking for you. Meanwhile, your girl, the one that you was in love with, was sleeping with 5 or 6 other dudes, and you came back and she got 2 different baby daddies. It's a whole situation. It's just crazy as shit. They don't tell you any of that, but it's idolized going to jail. And I've seen movies, I've seen all kind of shit where these little kids is idolizing people going to jail.
Yeah, OG Bobby Johnson.
Yeah, OG Bobby Johnson. Nigga goes to jail, what happened? His record sales increase. Gucci went to jail. Gucci a real nigga.
Yeah, hard out here for a pimp. Whoop that trick. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know. When are we going to decide to straighten all this up? What would be the first steps we would need to take? According to the women of the group, the first step that we need to take is to start shaming these guys, holding them accountable.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well. All right.
I hate to admit it. Calvin said it best. These women created a problem and then complain about the problem later.
Yeah. This you can't ever get a straight answer. Like, I'll bring it up. I'll bring this up. Like, all right. Well, why you think the kid went wrong? Typically,
at this point,
typical, huh?
At this point, I'm holding everybody accountable for everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, the daddy wasn't there. Okay, we've already established that he should have worn condom, and if he was going to have unprotected sex, because I always say this, man has unprotected sex, he needs to be prepared for everything afterwards. The woman does the same thing, need to be prepared for everything afterwards, because one or two things could happen, or one of 3 things. Either you could, 1, actually like each other, 2, get her pregnant, or 3, somebody a secret gonna be revealed to a doctor's test.
Oh shit!
Those are one of 3 things that's gonna happen. But my biggest suggestion would always be this: just people who are, if we want to solve the problem for real, we're gonna have to do something we don't want to do. We're gonna have to stop having unprotected sex out of marriage.
Well, that is one, and the other one is we got to accept the truth and stop trying to, because Black people have a habit of trying to hide from the truth. Tell you, oh no, no, you just mad, you salty. Nah, it's too late. It's too late in the day. All that shit can't be swept under the rug.
Yeah, we swept it under the rug for years and just acted like everything was perfect, and that really was a big detriment to all of us. You can't just sweep something like this under the rug. Like, I mean, and the remark I made about unprotected sex, not even so much unprotected sex, just exercise some form of birth control.
No, shit. I could put up a post right now advocating birth control. It'll be 100 women on that post talking about birth control. It's terrible. Birth control is this. Oh, you should just wear a condom.
Yeah.
That tells me right now, women will not refuse, do not want to wear, have any kind of birth control.
And in talking to guys like me, I'm like, okay, but why is it always should have? Why is it always should have? That's not safe. That's not a safe behavior. Why is it always shut up? Why isn't it no if you don't have one?
Absolute foolishness. They like you.
Foolishness.
People out here having kids, fucking back to back to back, and you don't have nobody to blame but yourself.
No, like I'm just saying, you better have some money bags, some land. You better be ready to build something if you're just gonna go around this splacking or giving it up out of both legs or whatever, whoever you are. Like I just wish
Plantation mentality.
one thing that I just really wish is like let's just like if anything, let's just raise some productive, smarter kids. Don't enable them. We've done enough of that. Like, I mean, I don't like you don't have a child, but I got a daughter. I want her to grow up in a better world than what I grew up in. Period. And it doesn't look like that's gonna happen because we have all these little this social and respectability politics is ruining everything.
Man, this is why I like traveling out of the country. It gives you a different dynamic completely compared to America. So when I travel to different countries, when I travel to different countries, completely fucking different. The reason I say it's different is because when you go to Asia, when you go to South America, when you go to some of the UK is like that, but some of Europe is not. But when you go to these different places, the mentality is not on the Me Too. It's not on the everybody needs or the cisgender or and all this extra bullshit. It's straightforward for action, good individual, and that every time I go, I say, you know what, it's anymore.
The laws are different, aren't
they? Yeah, but I mean, they're different, but they're more or less the same. Like there's bits and pieces more or less the same. Like Americans like to have this pretend ideology, like other countries sneeze, you're gonna go to jail. It's more or less the same. Like you obviously aren't gonna go to now the president. You ain't got the freedom to speak, but when you go to different speech, you can say what you want to say and not be at risk of jeopardy. All that once I want chick everything wouldn't let me pay for it. I tried to pull the money out. She would beat me to the punch. Here, it's a rarity.
Oh man, I'm looking at the wall right now. Oliver Warbucks. He posted a picture of a woman that she's wearing a T-shirt and is proud mother of a few dumbass kids. I don't know. Do you think that's probably reaching? She's probably wanted to be one of those potty mouth moms that's cool, or what?
I don't know. She might be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be one of those cool things. It seemed like Mr. Warbucks was trying to point out black women bad, and that ain't exactly what we're trying to do. I wouldn't say a particular group of people were bad. I believe the behavior is terrible. And the justification is even worse because that means you don't want the problem fixed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. I've seen this from all in one spectrum more so, and I'll say these children raising these children. So I've seen women with in their kids' mouth. Little boy was 2. He was 2. I hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like if you have a 2-year-old and a pacifiers, that's a problem. I feel like that's a lazy parent of parenting being. Uh, I've seen because I saw this the other day was he had to be 7.
Hey, hey, excuse me, Brandon. Brandon, you're like kind of going out a little bit.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I saw a little boy. He was up to my chest, in his mouth. And I at first doing on something, and I did a double take. He had a litter in his mouth.
A cigarette?
Huh?
Is that a cigarette?
Pacifier.
Pacifier. Oh, how old was he?
7. Really polite little boy.
Yeah, you're a little old for that little man. Not 7.
I'll say this: he was standard, but it was odd as hell. He had that pacifier in his mouth, and I couldn't figure it the hell out. This is. I don't know what it is, boys. Pacifier, diapers, just not caring.
This at 7 years old. Like that like. Shoot, my daughter's almost completely potty trained, and she's 3. Like yeah, because me and my wife, we try to be good parents. Like, it's a shame when you hear that happening to a child in America.
You have to go out of your way to make sure that your child is moving at the moving at, if not faster than what they should be moving at, or beyond. And your baby should be, but you know it stages everything. That shit, it's terrible.
Oh, look at this.
They try. Yeah.
Well, these people in this group they're so special, and most of them are mad with me. Why are you so mad? Why are you so angry? Like, I actually look at a lot of this stuff and laugh. It's like I said, it's a lot of SJWs that just want to take over the group and just complain about the same things over and 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 over again. Granted that we do have people like Mark Curley who post stuff about hair weave over and 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 over again. Is just that I don't know. It's just they're getting back to this other stuff again. This is just, let me see.
What?
No, it's just Rob Hook. Like, he's upset. He's a little upset right now. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and get out of the habit of saying names, because I don't want people feeling personally attacked. But like, once I'll tag you to that comment so you can read what he said, because I don't want to say it right here. I'm like, these dudes really. I don't know. I guess they feel like America's not small enough. I mean, and I really feel like America's really small. Well, this guy studied at the University of Alabama, so that explains a lot. Yeah, that was a crack at Alabama fans. Yeah. So anyway, we're probably about to end it right here. For now.
All right. Well, shit. It was a cool first episode.
Yeah, it was cool. We got a lot of things out of the way, but yeah, we just gotta. Well, what we gotta do is we gotta keep the topics fresh and interesting. If we're going to grow and we're going to evolve and make this good for everybody.
Win. All right, Kev, got you. Hit me up and let me know when the next show is, and if I'm free, I'll hop on.
Word. Absolutely, man. All
All
right,
right, bro. I'll
yeah.
holler at you.
Thanks for coming on. And again, let's thank Shayla Faye also. And hopefully we can get some more people that want to share thoughts and talk about today's stuff.
Definitely. That'll definitely happen with time.
Oh yeah. All right, yo. Peace out.
All right.
Be safe. Yeah. All right, people. Yeah, all right, people. If you tuned in for the first time, thanks for tuning in, and we'll do some more of this later on. Just think about some of the stuff that we said. I mean, if you were offended by some of it, I'm sorry. Not sorry, because a lot of that stuff needs to be said anyway. And it's about time that we started saying it, and we need to get used to that shit. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you again. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of my subscribers, and hopefully this base grows soon so we can get our message out there. All right. Let's see if there's anything else to talk about. Yeah. Let's see if I can read some bad comments. Yeah, this is by one of the guys in the group. He has something to say to black. Like I'll read posts like this because I want everyone to know that black men know how to critique black men too. Um, I mean, I don't like the mentality that you can say 90 things about a black man, but if you say 2 things about a black woman, then you're all of a sudden the biggest black woman hater ever. Well, let me stop. This guy says in the post, damn black man, y'all don't let up on the women, do you? At least make sure your black woman stereotype is accurate first. Yeah, I do agree with that. If the shoe fits, wear it. No. But they have to be it has to be accurate information. You can't just throw something out there just to piss people off. But that's what a lot of people on the internet do. Yeah, this is just to share some of the stuff that we see in this group. Some video of a woman waving her hands and saying stuff. We got a MGTOW presence in the group. MGTOW not very popular. Yeah, but they're black people too. That's what people need to understand. Why do people choke? Like, why do people make posts posting check stubs of child support? Okay, we get it. If you are a man and you make a kid, you need to be taking care of that kid. Period. But don't act like you didn't participate in that as well. Oh man, another weed post. Women who wear weaves are insecure. Don't argue with me. And this is what I be talking about. This post has 529 comments. I mean, granted, it's been up since Sunday. Y'all give life to these fuckery posts. Like, why do y'all do that? Like, see. I mean, why do we talk about how much we want more positive posts and how we want to do community building, but you stick to the posts that are the most offensive? You want to yap and yap and yap about it for like 600, 700 comments. All right, probably read a couple more posts and. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to pick one that might jump out. Not one of these situational ones. Okay, this guy says, while driving to work this morning, I passed 2 different black women stranded on the side of the road with car trouble, flat tire, and heavy smoke. I was about to pull over to help, but then I remembered that there is a black gender war, so I kept moving. Are black women sure they want to participate in this type of war? Yep, over 500 comments because people are, people go to what they're offended by. Yeah, I'll tell you a story. When I was back in '92, when I was in cancer treatment, yes, I had leukemia when I was 15 years old. We used to have to go back and forth from Montgomery to Birmingham in Alabama. And one day on the way home from one of my doctor's visits, tire blew out on the road. Sickly child. I mean, I would have got out there and changed the tire. I knew how to change one. Yeah, but it was just me and my mother. So two kind gentlemen, one black and one white, pulled over, helped my mother out. So to answer the question, should Tony? No, wait a minute. Let me not say names. I forgot. Should this guy? Should this guy have pulled over and helped? Sometimes you get your face blown off by helping complete strangers. So I hope nothing happened to those women if this story is true. Let's see. Ooh. Oh man. Let me trying to just scroll through some posts. Like if I see too much of the same thing, I really know what people are talking about. All right, let me read this one. Can I be brutally honest? This is in the group. Can I be brutally honest? How come a lot of people in here believe that if a man married and had kids by a white woman, him or his family will never have any interest of people of color, but turn around and support Colin Kaepernick and his mother is white? That's stupid, in my opinion. Okay, guy. Yeah. The same logic as everyone saying that Barack Obama is the first black president, even though he has a white mother. But honestly, I don't care about that. No, if you're half white, if you're quarter white, if you speak up for black people, your words should be taken into consideration. I don't understand why the complaint years and years ago was black celebrities never speak up. Now that they're speaking up, boom. It's complaining. We complain about everything. What we need to do is just pick up ourselves. Let's go and just pick up ourselves, and just stop relying on people to speak up for you, or get mad when somebody does and you don't agree with what their lifestyle choices are. If they're not breaking the law or being a complete hypocrite. Let me read another post. Yeah. All right. We got a hashtag unmute R. Kelly. I support R. Kelly and those who don't support white supremacy. And it's targeting black men. F you too. He's comparing R. Kelly to Hugh Hefner. Oh man. Well, the things that we do. But I understand. If people often say that black men don't hold other black men accountable, but we hold each other to the fullest accountability. And so does everyone else. Now, I don't agree with the memes that people put up, like that covers all the stereotypes of, because we know it's making everybody mad, but then you look at the next post, and guess what? Somebody's posting white women that they don't like. Oh, they're racist posts. In fact, I don't want to see this on the wall. I'm just going to go ahead and erase it. People need to stop posting stupid stuff like this. Like, honestly, I don't care to see some fat white girl trying to twerk. All right, the post is done. Boom. Yep, deleted a post on the air. Don't come here to insult the group. How long would you wait for your spouse in prison before moving on? I mean, the sad part about it is that probably is a legitimate question. Yeah, let me see some of the answers people gave. One woman, it all depends on the crime. Well, that's fair. Another person, if you went to prison defending me and our family, then I'm staying until the very end. Stupid stuff like dumb hood nigga shit, I'm not down to begin with. Now, she made a lot of sense saying that. One girl said forever. All right. Okay. Good luck with that. One guy said as soon as the cop read her Miranda rights, at least he's honest. And that's brutal. All right. Oh, a post that says something negative about Tommy Sotomayor. Oh, we never seen those before. A million times. Ooh. Oh, here's one. Should couples give each other a curfew, depending on the marriage? That's their business. I mean, but I must tell you this: if I gave my wife a curfew, that would seem kind of controlling. I'm not gonna read this hater's post. You only got 34 comments. You failed. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Mother recognized her son. The girl posted a video. Mother recognized her son on a robbery video, and she turned him into the police. Now, people are torn on this one. A lot of people are saying, good mother. Yeah, let him pay his debt to society. A lot of other people said, I would never carry my kid to prison. Ever. What's my stance on it? Yeah, that's a tough one. But when it boils down to it, I don't think I could have carried my kid to prison either. I would probably put the person's stuff in a box and left it on the front porch and rang the doorbell and ran away real quick. You know, that'll give the young man a fighting chance. Yeah. Now he ain't gonna be able to get most jobs. All right. Oh, look at this. Why are you post? Oh yeah. Video's gone viral of a ratchet, and seemed like she's shaking her butt. That usually happens on the internet, and something that looks like a piece of tissue fell from between her legs. Why do people do this? This is horrible attention. Yeah, okay. Now, this is a post that's been up for like over an hour, and there's nothing. Has the quality of life become better or worse for Black men in the last 10 years? What an interesting question, and guess what? Nobody gave a shit. I'll answer that question, buddy. I don't think it's become better. I think we're pretty stagnant right now, and I think we're pretty stagnant because of us. I wouldn't say it's gotten worse either, but the social scape for Black men have gotten a lot worse. If you was talking about social scape, of course. As far as quality of life, I think we're pretty much in control of that for the most part. For the most part, the parts we're not in control of are really bad. So, you know, we're not gonna. All right. Oh, this guy's crazy. Stop cutting your penis. Circumcision is unnecessary male mutilation. Inches of the brotherhood nationwide are chopped and screwed every day. Why loud? Yeah, I think he was doing this one as a joke. Oh man, yeah, that post failed, and rightfully so. Like that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Oh, another twerking video. This time the woman has a kid present. Well, that's a shame. Oh man. Oh man. Do we do this for trolls? All right, let me read this post. I'm Team Asian. This is a guy. This is a Black man. I'm Team Asian. Yippee. She called me daddy. and want me to take the lead. Why black women be so difficult? Of course, it's 302 comments. Maybe if we ignored this fuckery, it'll go away. This is a young man posted this from a page called Female Thoughts. The most dangerous game to play, resting your eyes in the morning after shutting your alarm. Now, see, there's nothing wrong with posts like that, but that post is 3 hours old. I mean, what do you say to that? I press like. Just know that, Yeah. No, I made a post about this a long time ago. I don't know this lady's name. I feel like I should know because I've seen so many pictures of her. She has really big boobs. Yeah, she's from Germany, and she decided to turn herself into a black person. I was like, which I think I think that might be mental illness right there. Like, why would you want to be anybody but you? But hey, you know what? Social justice. Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody else has posted this video that I posted earlier. From I don't know, White Lives Matter Judges of Character from the Roots. Oh man, I don't read the Root anyway. All right, there's too many guys on here making political statements that they shouldn't be. Why won't people make positive posts? Can somebody please answer this question for me? And when the positive posts do get made, why do people not pay any attention to them? Oh yeah, they've been posting the hell out of Jennifer Schultz from Stanford University, and she deserves it too. She deserves it. What is up? Well, yeah, let's talk about this for a second because this has been discussed a lot. Why are white women all of a sudden calling the police on black people? I think this has been going on for a long time. Like white people calling the police on black people because they're not comfortable around those black people. And I must say, I'm not surprised due to recent events throughout the years, say since like maybe, I don't know, forever. Forever. But they killing her on the internet though. But they are memeing the crap out of her. And she deserves every bit of it too. Like I wish everybody would give all them old racist attention. Yeah, just make it to the point where their faces are so recognizable that they cannot go out in public without at least one person say, "Look, that's the lady that called the police on them black people." Racist people, I swear. That's who we should be really focused on for real, is racist folks. Like we're so focused on each other. I mean, but let me take that back. We should be focused on each other. We should be. Like the only people that's gonna do us some good is us. That's it. It's us. We cannot expect other races to do it for us. We can't. Yeah, and let me read one of my posts. Let me read one of my posts because I've learned that it was a troll. Of course it was. I do like troll posts are supposed to be fun. Supposed to be fun to watch somebody get mad on the internet. But then as long as people don't get personal. Like we don't understand that when you get personal, you're in another state and there's nothing I can do for real. So yeah, that makes you look really brave. So yeah, they actually thought I gave this guy an award. I didn't get what award. I just made a post. That's it. But I guess here's why they assumed I gave this guy some kind of award for being there. I said this, it's not often that we recognize the excellence of a group member for consistent participation and embracing the group's atmosphere. This guy has made sure his message has resonated with everyone he comes across. Impact. Mark Curley, you get the gold star today. Quote, brutally honest, unquote. 86 reacts, 378 comments. Why? Because people were pissed off about that. This particular guy makes nothing but posts about hair weave and his praise of Asian women. But I'm sorry, that's a part of brutal honesty. You can't like dislike brutal honesty. You can't. I mean, you can dislike it if you want to, but I mean, don't listen to it. Then don't tune in. Yeah, but I did damn sure tell Brandon I was getting off. I just decided to read some group posts. I mean, so I just decided. I mean, that's nothing to Brandon. I wasn't trying to do that, man. But I just kind of got into it. Yeah, feminism. Yeah, we talk about feminism quite often in the group because we feel like feminism is just very counterproductive. Well, I feel like feminism is counterproductive. Some people act like feminism is actually useful. All right, good luck with that. But here's what this guy says: Black women, can you admit that feminism has not been good for the black community, and supporting your men would be the best route? It's got one react, no comment, because it's like I can admit myself that beaten topics are probably losing their steam. Wait a minute, no, they're not. Because the second another hair weave post come up, people gonna get mad. Jimmy back. This is probably an old question, but it's a meme. Ladies, does it bother you when you catch men looking at your ass? They spelled looking wrong. They left the end out. If you're gonna make memes, at least spell correctly. Yeah, boy. Oh yeah, we got a right wing. He's this guy. I am a right wing conservative. Let me see how long is it before I start reading it, because it said continue reading. Oh boy, it's a paragraph. Yeah, and he says this: I am a right wing conservative. Can I be conservative and date a liberal? Yes. If my wife girlfriend is scrutinized by conservatives, would I defend her? Yes. Would I most likely change my views to accommodate hers? Yes. Okay, let me stop right there. You're going to change your views to accommodate hers? All right, you just became a doormat. Not reading this anymore. But you are a Republican, self-proclaimed conservative. This guy put up a meme. One must go. Friday, he got 4 movies. One must go. Friday, Boys in the Hood, Coming to America, and Loving Basketball. The easiest answer is Loving Basketball. Yeah. Okay, I read this one. This is a report from The Guardian. Guy named Rakeem Balogun, who lost his home and more while incarcerated, is believed to be the first person targeted and prosecuted under a secretive U.S. surveillance effort to track so-called Black identity extremists. In a leaked August 2017 report from the FBI's Domestic Terrorism Analyst Unit, officials claim that there has been a resurgence in ideologically motivated violent criminal activity stemming from African Americans' perception of police brutality. This right here is no more than white tears and fake outrage for Black men who are speaking up. Why are you so threatened? Why are people so threatened by words? I guess they probably think that he was inciting a large number of people to commit violence against police officers. I don't know. Sounds like to me that people are insane police officers that keep committing violence against black guys. Shoot. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Here's a stupid one. It's a meme. It's 2018. If she don't have kids, she might be a man. Hashtag don't be dumb. Okay, that meme wasn't very age specific, so smart one guy. He only got 9 comments. Oh yeah, here's a hate post. Yeah, they love us in that group, admin. And I'm gonna end it this way. I'm gonna end it from here. So why is a certain big mad and obsessed admin turning my commenting off? If you have an issue, address me. You're scared. I know you only have weak sauce, but try to handle things like a man by practicing all of those good ideas that you preach about for likes. Thanks, friend. Now this is what I don't get. Why do people complain about the same things that they do? Like why do you do stuff? Well, I mean, this particular person is not an admin, but I mean, you know, they have their own way of doing things, whether we know it or not. First of all, the admin aren't your parents, and nobody's getting paid to do that shit. Number two, this person was cut off for a good reason. Like she kept throwing up the word rape with no proof. Like, come on, you're just trying to piss people off and set off fake outrage. Rape is a serious thing. Like, and if you put it under non-serious circumstances, hey, you know what? We got to teach you a lesson, an lesson, but a lesson nonetheless. And of course, we got this young lady who is actually using a post to complain about being approached by certain kinds of I don't know, I guess, you know, women hear weird stuff out there. Okay, but you know, these are all assumptions. This lady's brain is pretty much jumbled every time she says something. Okay, I'll read this. She says, black man. Okay, she put black man and black woman in speaking parts. Black man. Say, you want to chill? Black woman. You could at least said hello first. No, okay. Well, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna. No. I don't know. I've pretty much always been around people who always introduce themselves in a civil way. I don't know where these people grow up at. Ooh, that looks like an interesting story. Now here's the headline. The husband and daughters put hair remover in her stepmother's hair products. That's mean. I'll research it later. What I'm really looking for is a post that inspires change before I get off the air. Let's see if I see a post that inspires change. And then I'm going to make my final point. Is there one post that inspires change? I need to stop that. Oh yeah, this post failed too. You know, but for some reason, there's always the same bidders that show up for posts like these. This girl just pretty much, I guess she just joined the group. She says, behind every successful man, there is a woman. Behind every successful woman is the woman herself. That is strength and independence. All right. Well, that's your opinion. Fail post though. 5 reacts, 7 comments. And let's see who the 5 reacts were. Yep. You got the conservative. You got the simp. You got the bitter ass woman. You got another bitter ass woman. I mean, and I'm not just saying that they're just bitter just to be saying they're bitter. They're just bitter. Shoot, I've seen these people. Steve Harvey on his third wife, but you still let him give you relationship advice. Well, I mean, he's had 3 marriages. He's had 3 chances to get it right. You know, what I hear, this current wife is his rock. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying. What I'm basically doing right now is I'm going through the secret Facebook group, Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone. Facebook group I created over a year ago. And I'm looking for posts that inspires change. That's what I'm doing. Oh, this might be a good one. Let me read it. Question for the group. How do you feel when you see a black police officer? Do you feel they're being used by the system? Do you feel black men, women belong in law enforcement? Yeah, let me see if I can answer these questions. Okay. He said, the first question, how do you feel when you see a black police officer? Okay. Since I'm not breaking the law at the time I see these police officers, I don't feel any kind of way. I figure, hey, if I keep it safe with them, they keep it safe with me. Hey, otherwise, it's just a man who's trying to take care of his family, or a woman who's trying to take care of her family. What's the second question? Do you feel they're being used by the system? They are about as much used as they allow themselves to be used. But I will say this. It seems that in a lot of cases, when black African-American melanated person is a cop, they see blue, they don't see black. I'm not saying all of them. I know that there are some great officers. There's some honest, good, law-abiding police officers out there who actually protect. But I do feel like, as far as race, I think they see blue more than they see black sometimes. I mean, look at the Freddie Gray case. There was, I think it was three of the officers were black and the judge were black, and they got off. Wow. And the third question: do you feel that black men and women belong in law enforcement? Absolutely. Why would you want all of another group of people doing law enforcement? They wouldn't know how to police you for real. Yeah, that was a cool post right there, but I felt like a couple of the questions kind of like, I don't know why you even asked that. It was okay post. All right. Okay. No, not that one either. She posted a meme. Black males in here be like, I can't get a fine black woman to want me. I'm gonna bash and use other races of women to hurt you bitches. Why don't you stupid bitches want me? I hope you all become single moms. Shall I go through and respond to all these? I can't find black women to want me. Yeah, okay. Now let's look at the person who posted this. Well, I mean, she's not bad looking. I can give her that. Yeah, I mean, I guess they feel like that we figuratively speak this. I'm going to bash and use other races of women to hurt you bitches. Now, no doubt there are some brothers out there that hurt, but I think that's a little out there. I think that they're just women that like love the dick police guys. That's all. But yeah. But if yeah, just if you're listening, just take a look at some of the other videos on this channel. One in particular I have is called "What Is Bashing," and basically the definition of bashing when it comes to social media, as far as the understanding of what you gather from information from people. Bashing is pretty much anything that emotionally triggers someone, whether it's a fact or not. It could be a hardcore fact. If it triggers somebody emotionally, it has to be bashing. And number 3, why don't you stupid bitches want me? I hope you all become single moms. Most of the guys in these groups are saying don't become single moms. Most of them. But hey, it's your life. Oh, that's gonna make him mad. Other races of women. He made a meme video to call it "This is thick." And yes, I agree with the thickness, but you know, let's see if any one of them took it as worshiping another race of women. Let's see. No, it hasn't. No, there haven't been any women to show up on the post itself to say anything overly critical of that, but they'll probably make a post about it. Okay, a video of a girl braiding her hair. All right, I'm about to give up. No, this post got 1K. Brandy Almquist, an Asian woman. I don't know if her profile is real or not. They just kept trying to say it's a fake profile. She just gassing y'all up. Profile looks real. It does look real. But here's what this post said. Team Asia reporting in. We rule better at a man's side since we know how to submit and support. Cuisine on point and always down for a massage. Debate me or worship me. And then it's got 3 emojis. One with smiley face with angel wing, a pair of lipstick kissing lips, and a crown. This post got 1K, 110 reactions. Yeah. Like I said, okay. All right, I'll make this final point and I'm gone. If you embrace the fuckery, it is your fault. There are plenty of positive posts. There are plenty of fun posts in that group. But it always seems that the most negative posts always get the most attention. So what y'all need to do is y'all need to take some accountability and solace in the fact, well, not even really solace, but y'all need to be real. Y'all need to be real. If you want positivity, if you want to build, well, shit, put one foot in front of the other and start building. Don't blame me because I made a format for you to speak freely. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Hopefully the next episode will be soon. We'll see. All right, this is the first edition of Brutally Honest Talk. Okay, bye for now.
Power off.
No, not power off, power on. Learn your technology,
power
man.
On.
Learn your technology.
Your device is connected.
Yeah, I just wanted to close with some music. I just kind of botched that up a little bit, but let's see what's put a track on. Put the track on. All right. Yeah, this is it's gonna have some cursing in it. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're gonna do it. All right, guys. Goodbye. Yeah, this is Here I Go from Spody featuring T.I. and Young Dro. Basically, it's a remake of no, I better not play that one. Mysticals in that song. Yeah. Just thought about that. Yeah, if y'all don't know, the rapper Mystical has once again been accused of rape. I figure it's like once you get accused of rape one time, you need to keep your nose clean and stay away from people like that. Oh boy. Oh, this is perfect. No, not exactly. Yeah, like I said, for those of you continue this. I hope y'all continue to give me your support. I really do. I mean, I promise y'all, the results is gonna be fun. Once I get used to this, it's gonna be fun. All right, guys. I'll just go ahead and leave y'all with this. It's amazing. You do another guy. Black men being brutally honest with everyone. Yeah, we're here to stay. Get used to it.